Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are celebrating the life and legacy of a remarkable woman, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Join us as we explore her 70-year reign, her impact on the Commonwealth, and the stories that shaped her into the globally respected figure she became. Part 1: A Princess is Born. Queen Elizabeth II was born on 21st April 1926 in London, England. Her full name was Elizabeth Alexandra Mary Windsor. She was born into the royal family, but she was not expected to become queen at first. Her father was Prince Albert, the Duke of York, and her mother was Lady Elizabeth Bosleon. Elizabeth was a cheerful and curious child. People close to her called her Lilibet. She had a younger sister named Princess Margaret, born in 1930. The two sisters were very close and shared a strong bond throughout their lives. Elizabeth's father was the younger son of King George V, so her uncle, Edward VIII, was next in line to be king. But in 1936, something unexpected happened. Edward VIII chose to marry a woman named Wallis Simpson, who was divorced. Because of the royal rules, he couldn't be both king and marry her. So, he gave up the throne. That meant Elizabeth's father, Prince Albert, became King George VI, and Elizabeth became the next in line to be queen. She was only 10 years old when her life changed forever. Elizabeth began to receive special education to prepare for her future role. She learned about history, law, languages, and the British government. She also trained in leadership and communication. Even as a child, Elizabeth showed a sense of duty and seriousness beyond her years. During World War II, Elizabeth lived in safety away from London, but she stayed connected with the people. When she was 14, she gave a radio speech to comfort children who had been separated from their families. As she grew older, she wanted to help more. At 18, she joined the Auxiliary Territorial Service, a women's branch of the British Army. She trained as a mechanic and truck driver. This was a brave and important step, as it showed she was willing to work and serve her country like everyone else. Elizabeth had also fallen in love. She met Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark when she was only 13. They kept in touch, and over time, their relationship grew stronger. On 20th November 1947, Elizabeth married Prince Philip in Westminster Abbey. People across the world celebrated their royal wedding. A few years later, they had their first child, Prince Charles, followed by Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward. At this point, Elizabeth's life was full of family and public duties. But she had no idea that she would become queen so soon. Part 2: Becoming the Queen. In 1952, Elizabeth and Prince Philip were on a royal trip in Kenya when sad news arrived: her father, King George VI, had died from illness. Elizabeth was just 25 years old when she became Queen of the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth countries. Her coronation took place on 2nd June 1953 at Westminster Abbey. It was the first coronation to be shown on live television. Millions of people around the world watched as Elizabeth was crowned queen. She wore a long white gown and a heavy golden crown, and she held the royal symbols of power. The early years of her reign were a time of big change. After World War II, many countries that were once ruled by Britain began to seek independence. Countries like India, Pakistan, Ghana, and Jamaica left the British Empire but chose to stay in the Commonwealth of Nations, a group of former British colonies that wanted to remain friendly. As the new Queen, Elizabeth wanted to support these nations. She visited many countries, often with Prince Philip by her side. She believed in being a working monarch, meaning she wanted to serve and be visible to her people. Queen Elizabeth took her duties seriously. She read government documents daily, met with leaders weekly, and carried out public events all across the UK and the world. She was not involved in politics, but she met with every Prime Minister during her reign, starting with Winston Churchill. Her reign saw many historical events, such as the end of the British Empire, the growth of democracy in former colonies, the rise of the Cold War, and the beginning of the space age. Through it all, Queen Elizabeth remained calm, steady, and committed to her role. She also had to balance family and work. Raising 4 children as a queen was not easy. Over time, Prince Charles, the oldest son, became the heir to the throne. The royal family also faced pressure from the media and the public, especially in the 1980s and 1990s. But Queen Elizabeth continued her work with dedication, traveling the world, meeting people from all walks of life, and representing the values of the British monarchy. Part 3. The royal family's struggles and change. During the 1980s and 1990s, Queen Elizabeth's family became the center of media attention, often for difficult reasons. The public image of the royal family was tested, and the Queen had to lead her family through tough times. In 1981, Prince Charles married Lady Diana Spencer, and the wedding was called a fairy tale. Millions of people around the world watched it. Diana became the Princess of Wales and was loved for her kindness and charity work. She and Charles had 2 sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. But their marriage faced problems. The media followed every part of their private lives, and tensions grew. In 1992, they separated. The Queen had called Ed 199 to her Annus Horribilis, meaning terrible year in Latin, because many bad things happened that year. Not only did Charles and Diana separate, but her other children, Prince Andrew and Princess Anne, also faced problems in their marriages. A fire also badly damaged Windsor Castle, one of the Queen's homes. In 1997, tragedy struck when Princess Diana died in a car crash in Paris. The world was shocked, and millions of people mourned her death. The Queen faced criticism for not speaking publicly right away. Many people felt she seemed too silent or distant. But Queen Elizabeth later addressed the nation in a live broadcast. She spoke with emotion and praised Diana as a wonderful person and mother. Her words helped the nation heal. That moment reminded everyone that the Queen was not only a leader but also a mother and grandmother. After these events, the Queen understood that the monarchy needed to modernize. She made changes to bring the royal family closer to the public. She allowed more access to royal events and opened the doors of royal residences to the people. She also continued her work as head of the Commonwealth. She visited more than 100 countries during her reign and helped maintain strong ties with leaders around the world. Her ability to adapt, listen, and stay calm helped the monarchy survive during a time of big social and cultural change. Part 4. A symbol of stability and service. In the 2000s and 2010s, Queen Elizabeth continued her work with energy and grace, even as she entered her 80s and 90s. Her strength came from her deep belief in duty and service. In 2002, the Queen lost her mother and her sister within weeks of each other. It was a sad time, but she kept working. That same year, she celebrated her Golden Jubilee, 50 years on the throne. Huge celebrations were held across the UK and the Commonwealth. In 2012, she celebrated her Diamond Jubilee, 60 years as Queen. She became only the second British monarch to reach that milestone, after Queen Victoria. Events were held around the world, and millions cheered for her. Queen Elizabeth saw many generations of her family grow. Prince William and Prince Harry became young leaders. In 2011, William married Catherine Middleton, and their wedding brought joy to millions. The Queen welcomed new grandchildren and great-grandchildren into the royal family. Though she gave more public duties to younger members of the royal family, she remained deeply involved in important matters. She continued to meet with prime ministers and attended important state events. In 2015, she became the longest-reigning monarch in British history, passing Queen Victoria. People around the world admired her for her dedication and strength. In 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Queen gave a rare speech to comfort the nation. She said, "We will meet again," echoing the famous wartime song. Her words brought hope to many during a time of fear and sadness. That same year, her grandson Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle stepped away from royal duties. This brought new challenges, but the Queen continued to respond with calm and respect. In 2021, Prince Philip, her husband of 73 years, passed away at the age of 99. The Queen mourned privately and publicly. The image of her sitting alone during the funeral, due to pandemic rules, moved the world. Yet even after losing her beloved partner, Queen Elizabeth continued her work. Her sense of duty never faded. Part 5. Final Years and Everlasting Legacy. In 2022, Queen Elizabeth celebrated her Platinum Jubilee, 70 years on the throne. No other British monarch had reached this incredible milestone. The celebrations included street parties, concerts, and special events across the country. Despite her age and health challenges, the Queen made public appearances and thanked everyone for their love and support. Her message was clear: "My life will always be about service." But later that year, her health worsened. On 8 September 2022, Queen Elizabeth II passed away peacefully at her home in Balmoral Castle, Scotland. She was 96 years old. Her death brought great sadness to millions of people around the world. Many gathered to pay tribute, leave flowers, and share memories. World leaders and citizens from every nation honored her life. Queen Elizabeth II was queen for 70 years, serving through wars, political changes, technological revolutions, and personal tragedies. Through it all, she remained strong, wise, and committed to her role. After her passing, her eldest son, Charles, became King Charles III. He promised to continue his mother's legacy, and serve the people with honor and care. Queen Elizabeth's legacy is one of quiet strength, dignity, and service. She was not only a queen but a symbol of unity and hope for generations. She never ruled with power or politics, but with example, faith, and love for her people. She once said, "I declare before you all that my whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service." She kept that promise for over 7 decades. The story of Queen Elizabeth II is not just the story of a monarch, it is the story of a woman who gave her life to others and inspired the world with her grace, kindness, and sense of duty. If this story inspired you, please hit like, share, and subscribe button. For more extraordinary stories, stay tuned to my channel. Thank you for watching.